Hey, what's good? Matthew Manuel here. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how you know where the market is going. Now, just so you know, before we get into the meat of this video, this works for any market, whether it's Forex, crypto, stocks. I can't really think of any other markets, but yeah, when it comes to trading, this works. This video is going to be broken down into 4 major sections, and those are going to be knowing basic market structure, identifying whether we're in an uptrend, downtrend, or trading sideways, recognizing major levels, and last but not least, we're going to put it all together. Now, without further ado, let's get into the charts. All right, so here we are looking at the charts. This is specifically on the SPY, and we're going to use this to look at kind of basic market structure and how the stock market moves overall. So when it comes to market structure, as you can see, the stock market does not move in a straight line. You can see right here, this whole way, it was going up. Here, let me try to draw a line for you. Okay, so you can see the stock market right here is going up. Like if you could draw a line, there's a line. It was going up right there, but it doesn't go up in a straight line. So one thing to know about the stock market, the basic structure of the stock market and the way it works is there are going to be pullbacks, and these pullbacks are healthy. So as you can see, say the stock market came here. We're looking at the SPY. So the SPY came here, went up pretty good, had a pullback, healthy. All right, had a pullback, and then traded sideways for a bit, continued to go up. All right, so the stock market, when it comes to the way it trades, it does not go like this. It more trades like this. So keep this in mind. All you need to know from this part of the video is the stock market does not move in a straight line, and it has pullbacks. All right, and looking here, we can pretty much draw a line through it, and it is moving along that line, but it's not a straight line. So know that. Now, the next thing we need to realize is there are 3 ways the stock market is going to move. The first way is going to be an uptrend. It's going to look kind of like this. And what you're noticing on these uptrends is it has higher highs and higher lows. And when I say higher highs and higher lows, this right here would be a high. This would be a low. This will be another high. This will be a low. So when you look at the high, you can see that this high is higher than this high, making a higher high, and all these highs continue to be higher. And then this right here is a low. This right here is another low, but this low is higher. Got another low that is higher than the previous low. And that right there is an uptrend. The next way the market will trade is in a downtrend. And that's typically going to look something more like this. And the downtrend is just going to be the exact opposite from an uptrend. So you'll notice you have a high right here and you have a low right here. So looking from the first high to the next high, the high is lower. So in the downtrend, you're going to have lower highs and lower lows. So right here you have a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And in this situation, I think it's safe to say we are in a downtrend. All right, so looking at it, lower, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And then again, same with the lows. Lower, we have a low, a lower low, then another low. And we have a low, a lower low, another low, and then another low. So right there, that is what a downtrend consists of. All right, and then after, and now that you're familiar with an uptrend and a downtrend, we have one more way the stock market is going to move, and that is going to be sideways. All right, and what that's going to consist of, here I'm going to kind of make 2 little lines. Sideways is going to look more like this. And what you're going to notice in the sideways market is all the highs are the same, all the lows are the same. So to put a quick summary to all 3 of them, uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Sideways, same highs, same lows. All right. And right there, you can check it off your knowledge list. You now know how to analyze market trends. All right, now let's put this into practice real quick and try to identify what we see. So say we're looking at this section right here. What trend do we think this is in? What are we noticing? Okay, we have a low right here. We got a high right here. We kind of have another low right here. We have another high right here. What direction are the lows and highs going in? They're going up. So this is an uptrend. All right, say we're looking kind of in this area right here. We have a high right here. We have a low right here. We have a high right here. We have a low right here. And I know they're not touching perfectly. They're not all the same exact highs and the same exact lows, but for the most part, you can draw a line through it, and that is going to be sideways trading. You can see it's consolidating. If you hear me say consolidating, that really just means it is trading sideways. It is trading in a range. All right. And then last but certainly not least, and then one last example, looking at this, you can notice we have a high here, low here, high here, low here, high here, low here, and kind of have a same high right there. But looking at the overall, just the structure right here, you notice we have lower highs and lower lows in this section, and that's how those are going to look on the chart. And you're doing great learning this. You're learning so fast. This is crazy. Let me know how you think this is going in the comments, but I think you're doing a good job. All right, so looking at it, the next thing we're going to focus on is just identifying major levels, and really what's going to mark a major level is going to be a level when we either get strong price movement or just a level that the asset, the stock, whatever you're trading is going to come to, and it's going to have a hard time breaking through. So looking at it, for instance, if we were looking at one in this video, you can notice kind of in this area right here, it has a hard time breaking below. So right here, you'll notice it kind of goes below this level, but it doesn't stay long. If I were going to make a major level for this, I would draw right here, because you'll notice it comes through, but then it goes right back up, and it touches right here, goes up again, touches right here, goes up again, and it looks like this 435 level, anytime it has association with it, just for the short term in this one, it doesn't really stay there long. The next level I see, like to the upside, is kind of this 452, 453 level. You'll notice it kind of like drops below it right here, and then once it drops below, it just kind of stays there. For instance, okay, you kind of have one touch of it initially falling through right here. You get another touch here, goes back down, back over here, it touches it a few times, comes back down, and then just ever since it hasn't touched. When it comes to identifying major levels, you're just looking for levels where you can either see a massive boost or like a gap like this. For instance, it opened here and then it closed up here, and then it dropped and opened here, and right here, that is from 456 to about 453. That's a $2 move for the SPY right there. That's a pretty big gap. And yeah, you just kind of want to pay attention to stuff like that and mark that on your chart. That is going to be where you get these key levels. And then last but not least, we're going to put it all together, talk about how you would want to utilize this when you're trading, and the importance of time frames when it comes to knowing where the market is going. All right, so to start off, I'm going to clear the chart again, remove those, and I'm going to start off on the weekly chart. All right, so here we are, we're looking at the SPY, and to start off, you can notice the first thing I'm going to ask is, which way is the SPY overall trending right now on the weekly chart? To me, it looked like it was an uptrend, but then now I'm starting to see lower highs and lower lows, or I was right here, and then was kind of sideways, and then more recently I see a high, I see a low, I see a high, and it looks like it's starting to form a downtrend. So this is exactly how I would go over this and look at it myself. Now I see on the weekly chart it looks like it's starting to form a downtrend, but it could also end up just being sideways trading. So how you're going to get more precise with that is you're going to drop down and go down to a smaller time frame. So I'm going to drop down to the daily chart now and see what I think it's doing there. Remember, when you're trading, you get about 5 days in a week. So 5 of these bars right here make up one of the bars we were just looking at. And overall, the week would have showed, okay, it would have been one red bar right here. And we started up here and we ended down here. And kind of on the short term, if you're looking at these still, again, looks like we're in a downtrend. We still have those lower highs and lower lows. So not getting much of a different story. So now I'm going to drop down, personally, I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour and see what I think about that. So on the 1 hour, I'm still getting the sense for the most part of a downtrend. Like right here, this is all lower highs, lower lows. Right here, it looks like we potentially got a reversal, because I'm seeing this is the low, this is the high, this is the low, this is a high. But it also looks like we just made a new lower low, so could end up in some sideways. But to get more information, I would drop down to the 15 and take a look at what I think on that. All right, so right here, I see, hey, we got a low here, high, low. So lower lows, or higher highs and higher lows. But then this last day we traded, right here, you see we got a gap up, and pretty much there's a high, low. It pretty much just looked like higher highs and higher lows. So depending on the time frame, it kind of depends on what you're going to do. But yeah, kind of how it looks like we ended the day off on the 5 minute. It looks like we kind of started getting a little uptrendish. Let me drop down to the minute. And then actually, when it comes to ending the day, it looks like we were kind of sideways. So that's kind of the importance of time frames. That is how you put the picture together, and that is how you that's how you find it. This is going to be how you find and identify moves. If you found this video helpful at all, be sure to smash the like button. Comment if you have any questions, comments, or anything. Be sure to share this video with a friend. Don't be greedy. And if you really want to help out, be sure to tag me on social media. I'll be sure to share it on my story. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching. Matthew Manuel signing off, and I want to change your life.